Hi everyone, I'm Bart Van de Wiele for CreativePro, and in this video I would love to talk about optimizing the file size of a PDF document using Adobe Acrobat. Now let me show you what this is all about. Here I have a PDF document, which is a 50 megabyte or nearly 50 megabyte PDF document that was an export of a presentation in PowerPoint. And so PowerPoint tends to generate these quite large documents, especially when you have a ton of images in here. And so one of the things I usually get whenever I speak with customers is whether or not they can receive a copy of the slides. Now, there is a variety of reasons why you would like to shrink down the size of a PDF file. One of it might be the fact that you do want to share this with customers afterwards, or maybe you simply want to save this on your server and you don't have endless server capacity, or maybe you just want to put this on your website as a downloadable document. Whatever the reason is, Acrobat is your friend and it will allow you to optimize the file size of a PDF without visually degrading the quality of your images. Let me show you how that works. Now, when you open up this document, I do want to emphasize that you do have to try and keep control over which data is actually getting wiped out of this PDF document. Now, if I quickly scroll through the file, you will see that this is a Substance 3D presentation document. It shows all the cool stuff you can actually build with Substance 3D. I love this application, but there are a ton of images in here. Now, me, having worked in this industry for a very long time, I do realize that these images might be the culprit. But am I sure? Well, that's the first thing you can actually do. You can come in here into the Adobe Acrobat file menu. You can choose Save as Other, and then choose Optimized PDF. The Optimized PDF window gives you a button that's called Audit Space Usage. And when you click that button, it will actually tell you what category of data is eating up the file size of your PDF. And here in my case, the images category says that 98, almost 99% of my PDF is image data. So now I know which muscle to work on here, because clearly this is not a lot of data and I nearly have all images. So I'm going to go ahead and choose OK. And if I choose so, I can use the PDF Optimizer window just to choose from either any of these settings, as I have them here in the top left corner. So there's a standard setting, and then there is a mobile setting, which gives you an even smaller document. Or if you want, you can just go into these options here on the left-hand side and then start to choose what is it you would like to do. You can even unembed fonts if you want to. You can flatten transparency if that is still a thing that you need to do these days. Or you can go ahead here and then discard all sorts of form fields or hidden JavaScript actions or other things that the eye simply doesn't see visually whenever you open up this PDF document here. It might discard embedded print settings, or it might convert smooth lines to curves to make it vector instead. It might discard comments and other hidden metadata. This is completely up to you. Now, there's a variety of ways to actually wash away all of the metadata of a PDF file, but this kind of gives you basically more like a granular level of control. It's almost like a menu where you can basically choose what it is you want to keep and what it is you want to get rid of. So what you can basically do is just choose, for example, the standard option, which is something that should normally pop up by default, and then go ahead and then choose OK here. And then it's going to go ahead and allow me to save this document. Let's call this one smaller, and then choose Save, which is now going to reduce the PDF size by, amongst other things, downgrading the quality of some of these images to 150 ppi. Now, I have to say 150 ppi is actually a pretty sweet resolution, because I can see it is a little bit lower, but it's still pretty good to look on screen, and it's also not too bad for a quick print in the office. Now, what do we do with the file size? Let's quickly go back here to the Finder window and check it out. So I went from 48, nearly 50, to 9.7 megabytes, which is pretty darn good. But you can actually go further if you wanted to. So this file, for example, so this was optimized standards. Let's just run our little test here like so. Let's try this again. Let's close the file. Let's open up the original and let's choose File. And now we're going to choose a different command. Now, if you don't want to go through all these different menus, and if you're kind of sure that the images is probably going to be the issue, then you can always go ahead here and either choose from Save as Other Reduced Size PDF, or you can choose Compress a PDF. These two commands that seem to be different are actually exactly the same. So if I choose this one or if I choose this one, you will always get this pop-up, and it's going to get you started. So from here, you can go ahead here and choose to apply this to multiple files if you see fit. If not, you simply go ahead and click OK. You give this a name. I'll call this one smaller. I'll hit save. It's going to do a similar process here in the background. No options, no settings, no nothing. It's going to go ahead here and then spend a few seconds with you just to reduce the size of that PDF file. And if I look at this, for example, I've got to say the resolution looks a bit better than what I had before. And if I look at the file size, it's actually also slightly better. I have to be honest, the first, the option I just used here, as in choosing file and then compress a PDF, is my go-to option. It's only when I want to have granular control over the actual data that should be wiped out or should be included still. It's only then that I would go ahead here and choose Save as Other and then choose Optimize PDF. If you are a fan of Adobe Acrobat Online, which I am, you can actually go ahead here and then use any of your documents you have in your online storage. Or if you want, you can choose All Tools, then choose Documents, and then go ahead here and then choose Compress a PDF. And the cool thing is that from this via this method, you can actually use your OneDrive, Google, or Teams integrations to directly compress and reduce the size of files that are already online without having to locally download them to your hard drive first. And that's it. Here we go. And this is how easy it is to reduce the file size of a PDF using either Adobe Acrobat or the online version of Adobe Acrobat, working directly on online stored PDF documents. Have fun.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. And for thousands more how-to articles and tutorials, visit our website, CreativePro.com, and become a member today. Thanks for learning with us.